This is your one and only Firespark81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and we are back with another exciting Starbound Mini Biome Spotlight. And today we are taking a look at the Steamspring Mini Biome. So, per the usual in these biome spotlights, let's take a look at what the wiki has to say before we jump into everything. Steamspring is a surface mini biome type that appears within tundra and snow biomes. Pipes, in quotes, trees, grow here. When felled, they drop copper gear blocks. It is notable that many procedurally generated structures here appear to be Western style, and NovaKid characters tend to speak of native Steamspring furniture fondly. Pockets of Steamspring biome can be created via use of a steamy microformer. Okay, now that we got the wiki out of the way, let's jump into all the nitty-gritty details of all this steamy goodness. First thing we're going to do is we're going to start off with the chest, because there's something important you need to know before we get into everything else. There are a ton of blocks in this mini biome, like a ton. This could almost be like a major biome. Everything you see here, except the glass, is Steamspring biome block based. So everything, all this stuff that you see here, these giant boilers, the gear here, the clock, all of this stuff. So normally what I do in the chest is I'll put the blocks that you're going to see a ton of in here, so you have an idea of what to look out for when you're in this biome. I kind of narrowed them down because there's a lot of stuff that I would put in this chest, and going over all of them would be kind of a pain for you guys and a pain for me. So we're going to go through the main stuff. Now, of course, you're going to see snow here, and you're going to see slush, because you're going to find these, as well as smooth ice, because you're going to find these in a frozen biome. The other thing you're going to find is the copper gear blocks that I spoke of, and those are off of these. These are the trees that you will find. If I knock this tree down, you can see that it breaks, and it gives me these copper blocks. Now, these are basically just building materials, and that's about it. If we go here to the block section, you can see they're here. They're copper gear block. That's about all they're used for. However, there is a set of furniture items that you will also find blueprints for in this chest. Now, normally, as with most biomes and mini biomes, the thing that you're going to harvest a ton of, aka this gear block, are what you would use to craft the different furniture type items. However, that's not the case in this one. What you're going to need to craft all of the furniture items is the heavy pipe. This is your crafting material, along with wood. Most of them take wood and some take leather, but the heavy pipe is your main component. Per the usual with all of the other chests that you will find in mini biomes, this chest right here, the small primitive chest, is the one you want to keep a lookout for, and you will find the blueprints to the furniture I'm going to show you, as well as the full costume pieces that I'm about to show you. Okay, before we get into all of that stuff, let's talk about the critters first. So there are 3 critters. I have them in this gun here. There is the fish, this little guy right here, the steam fish. Let's put him in the water so you can see him. Right there he is. That's the steam fish. There is also the steam bird. He's got a little helicopter on his head. Let's see if we can, whoa, fall through the ground. Where did he go? I lost him. There he is. Little steam bird guy. Right there he is. Cute little fella. We're just going to leave him flying around. And then we have the steam spider. It's a little spider with a light bulb over its head. Pretty neat. Actually, I'm going to pick this little guy back up. We'll leave the fish where he is. So those are the critters that you will find. Next, we have the unique monsters that you will find in this biome. There is the Lumoth, that's this guy right here, and the Pipkin. Pipkin? Yeah, Pipkin. That little guy right there. Now, I want to point out that Lumoths are intangible. You can see that he just went behind the blocks right there that I have the fish in, and he can fly through pretty much any block. He's completely intangible. And he also puts off light. He's got a small light source. It's about the size of the light source with, what do I have on here? The Light 2 upgrade for your EPP. So it's about that size, but it's a little bit darker. Actually, let's flip it to dark and you guys can see what that looks like. Okay, so I have no other light source here but the Lumoth. You can see that it's moving with him. So this pet is actually really good to get a hold of if you can find one and use it basically as a light pet. It'll allow you to put other light or other upgrades on your EPP and not have to worry about light because he'll follow you around, stay relatively close, and provide light for you. Now, with the most recent update, they changed monsters so that they have weaknesses and strengths. I want to note that both of these guys have a 50% increase in damage taken from electric damage. The Lumoth, however, has a 50% reduction to poison, and the Pipkin has a 50% reduction to fire damage, and additionally, it can't have the burning effect on it, so he can't be lit on fire. I guess that's because he basically has a fire attack. He shoots out like a little jet of steam from his head and damages you, and the Lumoth just bumps into you. All right, let's flip it back to day here so we get some nice light. Now we're gonna head on in here. Now remember, as I'm going through this, all of these blocks that you see here, the brick, all of the little lanterns, these lamps, the pipe, this is the heavy pipe, this is your actual crafting material to craft the furniture I'm about to show you. All of this stuff can be found in this biome. This right here is your Steamspring table. This you can find the blueprint for in that primitive chest I showed you. Here is the Steamspring chair. Let me throw this EPP back on so we get a nice light source here for you guys. So this is the chair set in it. Yep, looks awesome. These are the doors. This is what the door looks like. I have one on both sections here. I actually have this one. You can find these valves and you can actually hook them up to stuff. So I have this one hooked to the door. I can open and close the door with it. Pretty neat. Now note that the valves, just so you're not confused, the valves aren't found in the chest. They're just found in the biome. You can just steal them from whoever's house. Okay, next up, the other blueprint you can find is the blueprint for the Steamspring lamp. That's this. You can turn it on and off, provides decent amount of light. And then we have the Steamspring bed, which is right here. Now I want to note that this Steamspring bed is a resting 5 bed, so you will get 10% of your max health per 3.6 seconds. So nice high resting bed right there, which is cool because there's not a whole lot of those. So next we're gonna head up top here and take a look at the cosmetic pieces that you can find in the chest. So we have the first one here, which is a set. This set consists of the pipe hat, the neck ruffle jacket, the warm gray trousers, and the boiler. If we equip this, you can see that this is actually animated and you get a little poof of steam from the hat every few seconds or every second or so. Really neat little steampunk set. Now, the other one that you can find is the steampunk helmet. You can see that this is purple, so it's going to be rather rare to find. We can toss that on, and that gives us kind of like a steampunky look. I like this one, but I like the other one too a little more because it's actually animated. So we're going to wear that one for the rest of this. We'll toss this one back on the mannequin here. Now, of course, with all of these pieces, you can spawn in a special Steamspring tenant. Let me get to the colony deed here. We're going to slap a colony deed down and spawn this bad boy in. So you can see we're twins in right now. If we get him to pay attention to us here, we can actually activate him, and you can see that he's selling the steampunk helmet here, lantern on a stick, jukebox, and some other steamy themed stuff. Now this guy is called the Inventor. He is a merchant, and he will always be a merchant, and he will always be glitch. And with that said, folks, I think that is everything from the Steamspring biome. If I missed anything, please leave a comment down below and let me know. Before we wrap this up, I want to give a quick shout out to all of my Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for all your awesome support. And also to the Firestarter crew. Thanks for hitting that notification bell and being the first to comment. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy and you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.